You're not created to just fit in and slide through life and die. You're created to make a certain impact. Hello and welcome to Own Your Lane. This is the best place for ambitious people who are taking charge of their lives, making that income, making that money, and living fulfilling lives. How are you doing? So exciting. We're going towards the close of this year. I love this time. I used to hate it in the past, but now I love it. I always hated looking back and not understanding what I did with my time. I always hated knowing that a year has gone by and I didn't do what I wanted to do. Now, when I understood that the reviews and the looking back and the planning for the next year is really important in making me wake up to my own ambitions, wake up to my own capabilities, I started embracing it more and more. So I set goals that are meaningful. I make sure I have accountability within the year before I come to December. Because sometimes you set a goal in January and you don't go back to it till the end of the year, and then you're surprised how you were not even pursuing it. Sometimes you set a goal to lose weight and everything that you're doing is pointing to gaining weight, and you don't stop to review it till the end of the year, and therefore it's a very depressing experience when you are reviewing your goals at the end of the year from that kind of experience. So today I'm going to talk about purpose planning. Purpose planning is setting goals differently and reviewing your year differently as well. Because we like to set goals like, I want a car, I want to find a new job, I want to get married, or I want to have kids, I want to do this and that. Those are once-off goals. And when we attain them, we might be surprised that we're not fulfilled, we're not as happy. They're not what we made them out to be. Why? Because you were created for a reason. God didn't put you here to just be and fit in and do what people do. He put you here and equipped you to do specific things. And until you walk into that, you will find that you will have zero or minimal fulfillment in your life in spite of being successful. That was my story. I was pretty successful in my career, pretty successful in my relationships, but I was still unfulfilled. Why? Because I was not using what God had given me to bring fruit. I was fitting in, I was doing what was comfortable, but I was not stepping out to use my talents, my gifts, my capability and potential to then influence the area that God designed me to influence. So first of all, let's talk about purpose. You are created for a purpose. You're equipped for that purpose and you're empowered for that purpose. So if God has put you here to influence through music, I promise you, you've been gifted with either a voice or talent to play an instrument or some sort of gift in producing, an ear to hear talent, whatever it is. God will not give you a purpose that is not supported with the equipment that you need to make sure that comes to pass. And then therefore, the challenge becomes, do you know your purpose? Can you know your purpose? What should you do to know your purpose? This is important at the end of the year, start of the year, because you don't want to just set goals and just pursue them and then find those goals and achieve those goals and then feel empty. That's a terrible place to be. I have been there, where you think, okay, if I get to this position, if I get to this income level, I'll find happiness, I'll find fulfillment, I'll find meaning, and you get there and then you find no. So it really depresses you because you've worked so hard for what? So it's important that you are intentional about knowing your purpose. You are intentional about positioning yourself right towards your purpose. And as you're setting goals for the year, reviewing the year, do that in line with the purpose that God has given you, God designed you to do and achieve in this life. How then can you know your purpose? First of all, you have to understand that everything that was designed with its purpose within. You don't seek out your purpose by traveling up and down looking for it. It's already within you. I love mentioning a mango seed because mangoes are my favorite fruit. But if you look at a mango seed, it's just like a thingy. It's just an ugly, pointless thing. But within a mango seed is the capability to bear fruit. And when multiplied, it can dominate a whole area. It can change the economy of that area. How? People will have fruit to sell, people will have fruit to eat, people will have shed from the mango trees. There's a lot that can come out of a mango seed when planted in the right environment. So the purpose, the capability, the potential, everything a mango tree can ever be and become is within the mango seed. It is the same thing with you and me. Your purpose is not something you have to seek out and discover outside yourself. Your purpose is within you. I love this example of a remote control. You know how there are like a million buttons on a remote control for the TV? And I love to just know how to switch it on and switch it off, change the channel, increase the volume. And that's pretty much all I know about a remote control. When the remote control was coming, it had this little paper that was explaining what it can do, how I could use it. I don't love those kind of instructions. I feel like they're limiting to me. So I throw it away and just switch on, place the buttons, the ones that work, the 4 buttons that I know. I'm like, yes, let's do this. What is wrong with that? What is wrong is I'm missing out on an amazing experience with my entertainment, with my TV, by not knowing the use of the other buttons. So when my husband comes and then says, you can actually pause the TV, I'm like, what? Yes. Then he tells me you can do this, you can do that. Because it takes the time out to read those boring tiny prints and understand what this thing can do. I don't do that, so I miss out. You understand? So most of us don't understand our purpose as well. So we do the basic things. We wake up, we eat, we sleep, we work, we wake up, we eat, we work, we sleep, we wake up, we do that routine, the basic 4 things. Whereas when God made us, he was like, this person's going to do amazing things. They're going to do this and that. They're going to influence their generation. They're going to influence their community. They're going to change this about where they're placed. And you never understand that because you never take the time out to pause and think, who am I? Why am I good at what I'm good at? Why do I love what I love? How does this then affect everything else to do with me? Because we have a blueprint that works in this world. So when you come in, you look at the blueprint and think, where do I fit? Oh, I fit as an accountant. That's what I would do. You don't look within to say, okay, why am I the way I am? How can I then serve the world? How can I then create wealth and impact? How can I then do what I want to do? How can I then cultivate what I love? We look at what is there outside and then we feed ourselves and attach ourselves to the missions that have been chosen or that have been proven by other people. And therefore we miss out on the amazing things that God has already put within us to achieve. Right? So let's go into your purpose. We have already established that your purpose is within you. So the things that we can then use to uncover your purpose are questions like, what do you love? Simple, right? What do you love? Now, I love to take you back to childhood, to your teenage years, and then to your adulthood. To just think about, what do you love? What did you love? What has changed? You know, the things that we used to love when we were little are a reflection of what we're gifted to do, are a reflection of what we truly loved. Because then we weren't afraid of judgment, we weren't afraid of people's opinions, we weren't trying to people please. Then you just loved what you loved. So it's important for you to go back to that and think, what did I love when I was young? What do I love now? What has changed and why has it changed? What you love shows you the area of interest where God wants you to operate. Really, it does. So if you love music, there's a reason why you love music, because some people don't care about music. So if you love music, that is your responsibility to find out why. What can you do in music? What do you love about music? The second question you should ask is, what am I good at? Because you can love something and not be good at it. But if you're naturally good at certain things, that's also an indication of the equipment that is within you, right? So if you are good at specific things, that means you can then get into that area and dominate that area. Dominating in this case does not mean that you're coming there and overcoming people. No, it just means you're influencing. So it's like Bill Gates with computers. It's like Sinach with singing. Any person you can think of that has dominated a certain area, they are just influencing it. They're excellent in that area. They're good at what they're doing. So find out, what are you good at? And be honest with yourself. And if you don't trust yourself, ask people who are close to you. What am I good at? They should tell you what they see you as being good at. If you don't trust yourself and you're thinking, maybe I could lie to myself, ask your friends, ask your acquaintances, ask them what they see as your strengths. And then hear them out. Don't debate with them. Don't argue with them. Don't defend yourself. Just hear what they experience you as. Another cool way of finding what you're good at is asking what people ask you about the most. Finding out what people ask you about the most. So if people come to you for advice about money, it might indicate that you're good at money. If people come to you for advice, let's say about relationships, maybe about science, about travel, whatever it is, whatever they come to you seeking indicates what you're really good at, because they value you for that. Now you know what you love. Now you know what you're good at. Now the third question would be, what does the world need? Why this matters is that Everything you will ever achieve in this world has to be connected to people. So you cannot be in isolation and have no connection to anybody and thinking you have wealth or you have impact. You won't. So if you do something that adds value to people in your company, you get promoted. If you do something that adds value to people in your family, they'll come to you, they'll respect you, you get some honor there. If you do something in business that people value, you get wealth, you get impact. So everything is connected to people. Ministry, winning souls to Jesus, that is people. Everything is connected to people. So therefore, you have to see what you love, what you're good at, and see how then that can be connected to what people need. So if you are good at music, and then you also love music, producing sound, or maybe singing in church, then you can see how then can I serve people with this. There is your purpose. You are looking within and you're taking it out. Because the Bible says in Genesis 1:28, when God made man and woman, he said, go forth and dominate, multiply, fill the earth, govern it. He is telling you to use who you are, what you have, to then put your mark on the earth. You're not created to just fit in and slide through life and die. You're created to make a certain impact. It can be in your job, it can be in your ministry, it can be in your family, it can be in your business, whatever area you're in. You're supposed to find your purpose by looking at your gifts, by looking at your talents, by looking at what you love, and then taking all that to say, I'm going to use it to serve people. A great example, I don't know why Bill Gates is in my head today, but he's there, so let's use him. Bill Gates is good at computers. He's a nerd, so he loves all the scientific things about computers, and then he decided, well, let's make computers easy for people, right? So he is good at something, which is computers. He obviously loves it as well, and then he thinks, how can I then influence people? Now our computers have his software. He's influencing us. We don't complain about Bill Gates like, oh, he's taking our money. Not really, because he makes our lives better. So we see the value in him and then we pay him for it. You see? That is him finding his capabilities, finding what he's able to do, the equipment within, and using it to impact the world. And it gives him wealth and impact. What is your story? What are you good at? What do you love? What does the world need? It's not something that you can just do in 10 minutes and think, yeah, I'm done, let's move on. It could take a little more time than that, because you might think you're good at one thing and then you try it and find, no, you're not. You might think you love something and you try it and think, no, not really. You know, like for me, I used to think, okay, if I change jobs in my accounting field, I'll be in a space where I love. I changed jobs a number of times and no, it wasn't the job. It wasn't the job that I needed to change. It was me finding what I'm really good at. And because I was excelling in finance, I thought I'm good at finance. In actual sense, I was not really that good in finance. I was able to survive, but I was average in it. So it took me some time and practice and trial and error to get to a place where I was like, you know what? I am good at communication. I'm good at writing. I'm good at speaking. Let me use that to then make an influence and make a mark in my space. So do give yourself some grace. Do give yourself some permission to experiment so that you can then find your purpose. And I call this episode purpose planning, because when you do this and then you have your purpose statement where it says, I am Mavis, I use my gift of communication to help people know God, to know their purpose, and to create worth and impact through social media or through videos and through courses, through online programs. Then I have my purpose. And as I grow and as I try, as I work, you know what will change? Then I'll think, no, it's not really that I want to teach people this through social media or through videos. What I really want is to build an institution. It's not what I want, I'm just giving an example. But I'll never know unless I keep moving and following the curiosities that are placed within me, right? So you have those gifts, you have those interests, follow them, pursue them. And how you can do that is just learning more about them, understanding more, engaging with people who are in those areas. So if you're a singer, go to where singers hang out, talk to other singers. Then you'll be getting clarity on what your purpose is. Then you get to eliminate the things that you thought you were interested in, and you figure out, no, I don't like that kind of travel. Therefore, there is no way I'm going to be on tour as a singer. So maybe my area is not being on tour. So you see, so you can discover your purpose as you then follow the things that are within you that are leading you to what you love and what you're good at. And then you're connecting it to what the world needs. If you found this really helpful, you will love my class, Permission to Prosper. It's an 18-minute free class. You can get the link in the description and go to that class. It will help you maneuver this process of understanding your purpose, of understanding what you love and what you're good at, and connecting it to how you can serve. It's an amazing class. Check it out, Permission to Prosper. There's a link in the description. I hope this was really helpful for you. It has really been transformational for me when I did this exercise. So this is me giving it to you and hoping it transforms your life. Please feel free to connect with me. My name is Mavis Zaina Kanjadza. You can find me across most social media. Check me out there, DM, let's talk, let's connect. I love that. And also, please stick around in this community. We're going to up-level our lives. We're going to live on purpose. We're going to please God and find real, true fulfillment in our lives. Every Tuesday, there's a new video. So stick around, like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment so that we can continue to grow and connect. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.